It's Mayella here, Mayella Maxwell, and I am on Facebook Live today to do some healing downloads and clearing, if that's what's required, on listening. If you don't know who I am Mayella Maxwell, and I'm a personal coach, intuitive healer. I run workshops, now all online. And if you want to have a look at my website, it's purplepathway.com. Okay, so today is all about listening. We all believe that we listen well. Well, most of us believe that we listen well. And unfortunately, most of us don't listen well. So I'm going to do some, as I said, some downloads on that. Now, what I'd like you to do is to put on the comments. Hi Karen, lovely to see you too. So what I'd like to hear from you about is, where do you have any issues with listening? Whether it's listening to other people, listening to your inner self, listening to your body, listening to what's happening in the world. There's loads of places where we think we listen well and we're not really. So yeah, pop in the chat anything that you would like me to do some downloads on or do some clearing on, okay? And remember that you can muscle test any of the beliefs that I give, and if you're not getting them, let me know. And yeah, so I'd love to hear from you. Hi Uta, hello again. Okay, so today, listening. Well, one of the best ways to listen is, hi Audrey, wonderful to see you. One of the best ways to listen is to meditate. And unfortunately, a lot of people say, oh, don't want to meditate, don't know about meditating, can't meditate. Really, all you need to do is just sit down for 5 minutes and close your eyes, sit comfortably, and just listen. Allow your mind stuff to pass you by. Focus on your heart and just listen, see what you hear. And that's a nice way of listening, of watching how you listen. So another thing that we tend to do as human beings is we are thinking in our minds when we're listening to somebody, we're thinking about what we want to say rather than really hearing what they are saying. So let's do some downloads. I like that one. So let's do some downloads on being able to hear what another person is saying without having your mind creating the story and whatever it is that you want to say next, so that you're listening to them rather than your own agenda. So if you would like that, say yes. You don't have to say yes on the chat, just say yes, and I'll download it for you. So that is knowing what it feels like to listen to somebody, listen to what they're saying. And this is in a one-on-one conversation, obviously. Listen to what they're saying without planning what you're going to say in your head. Okay? That'll give you much more freedom to be present to what the other person is saying. So you know what that feels like, you know how to, that it's possible for you. Hi Diana, hi Maggie. So just downloading that now. Okay. And I know that we want to be thinking about what we want to say next. So would you like to know what it feels like and how to not be concerned about what you want to say next, and trust that what you say next will be what you want to say? Because when we trust ourselves, when we trust what we really want to say, it'll show up. The more you try and think about it in your head and create the sentence, the right sentence you want to say, it very rarely is the right thing to be said. So this is a download for you to be able to trust that what you want to say will be said, that you can trust yourself, trust your inner wisdom. It will show up when the time is right for you to speak. Okay? Hi Sonia, hi Freya. Okay, so make sure that's all downloaded for you. Remember, you just need to say yes if you want these healings. And also for those new people who have arrived, if there's anything that you want cleared or anything you want me to look at specifically about listening, just pop it in the chat and I will, I'll deal with it, hopefully. Hi, Maria. Okay, another place where we can often get stuck is we hear somebody saying the same thing over and over and over again. And very often people will say the same thing over and over again. And this is somebody who doesn't have dementia of any description. I'm just talking about generally healthy and well people. And often people will repeat what they've said so many times because they are not being heard. So if you have someone close to you or a friend who always says the same thing to you, and you're fed up hearing the same thing, what I would recommend is just listen to what they're really saying. And you could obviously ask them. There's a whole pile of communication that could take place there. But for now, would you like to know what it feels like to really listen to somebody so that you not only hear the words they're saying, but you hear what's underneath, what's not being said. It's being communicated, but it's not being said. And that's a muscle that takes time to really strengthen. So would you like to know what that feels like? To be able to listen to somebody and hear what's in the unsaid. Hear what is in the unsaid. Okay? And not only can you hear what's in the unsaid, but you can be clear about what is being said. Okay, I'm kind of repeating myself there, but what I'm trying to say is that you can hear what's in the unsaid and distinguish it as unsaid. Okay? Because a lot of the time we hear stuff in our head and we actually don't know what it is, where it's come from. You know, whether it's our mind, whether it's our guides, whether it's we're picking it up from other people. So would you like to know what it feels like and how to distinguish what you hear? Distinguish what you hear from your guides, distinguish what you hear from your head, your mind, what you hear from your critic, your inner critic, what you hear from your heart. So this is distinguishing between all those areas, all those spaces that we listen to. So would you like to know how to distinguish, or that you can distinguish what it feels like to, and how to distinguish between hearing what's going on in your mind, hearing what your heart says, hearing what your guides say, if you believe you have guides, and I think most of you on here do, or your angels, or source energy, so that you can, or your body, that's another one, we'll talk about the body more in a second, so that you can distinguish all those different places that you hear, places that you listen to, And in distinguishing, that being able to distinguish them, you know which one to pay attention to. Okay, so I'll download all of that now. Okay. And the body. Okay, we were talking about the body. Would you like to know what it feels like to be able to really listen to what's going on with your body? You know, you can sit quietly. You can ask a specific part of your body what it needs, what it wants. You can muscle test as well. So would you like to know what it feels like to, and how, to listen to what your body is telling you? To know and understand that your body will tell you exactly what it needs and exactly what it doesn't need. And that you know the difference between your body telling you and your taste buds telling you and your mind telling you and anything else that isn't your body. I know it's all connected. So yeah, so would you like to know what it feels like and how to distinguish what your body really wants and needs at any given moment in time? We'll download that. Okay, hi Jasmine. So I haven't got anybody asking me any questions as yet, so I'm just going to carry on. And if you have anything that you would like me to do, anything you'd like me to clear, let me see. I've got some notes down here that I took just in case I didn't hear anything from you. Nope, not yet. So, oh yes, would you like to know what it feels like to hear what your loved ones are telling you and distinguish that between what they're telling you and what you want to hear? So we listen to our loved ones and we know what we want to hear, but often they are not saying what we want to hear. They're saying what they want to say. So would you like to know what it feels like and how to distinguish between what you want to hear and what's actually being said? Okay, download that one. Hi, Holly. Okay, now, I think there's a huge area there in listening to our loved ones and letting go of our expectations of what we want them to say. So, would you like to know what it feels like to release and let go of your expectations of your loved ones in terms of what they tell you or what they say to you? Remember to say yes if you want it. Okay. Expectations are a big one. I think I might just have a look at expectations here. Yeah, expectations killed me in my marriage. So let's do some downloads on not having and not holding on to expectations, certainly the negative ones. So would you like to know what it feels like to release and let go of any and all expectations that you have that are in the way of you having an extraordinary relationship with your loved ones? Okay. And that you know what it feels like to have an extraordinary relationship with your loved ones. And that anything that's in the way of you having that can be released, it's ready to be released, can be released now to the light. Okay, Freya. Listening, oh, sorry, hold on a second. and knowing when to speak to address the issues. Okay, yeah. Would you like to know what it feels like to be clear about and distinguish? Actually, Freya, it's not about knowing when to speak. It's trusting yourself. So I'll download that for you anyway, that you know when to listen and know when to speak. So that's a good one. But I think underneath that, what there is that you know what it feels like to trust yourself to know when to speak. Okay? Trust your inner knowing when to speak and when to address the issues. Okay? So addressing the issues with your loved ones. So you know what it feels like to address the issues. To communicate in a way that is loving, that is compassionate, with empathy. Yeah. Okay, hope that dealt with your request there, Freya. Is there something you can download about differentiating between hearing what is from another and what is being said as a mirror of ourselves? Good one, Jill. Okay. That's a good one. Okay, so would you like to know what it feels like to know the difference between what is being said by another person as their communication and what is being said by them as a mirror of yourself? Because often we'll hear stuff and it's just a mirror. It's not, it's being said by the person and it sounds like it's coming from them, and it is coming from them, but it's being mirrored, it's you being mirrored back to you. So there's a difference between that. So the download is that you know the difference between that and someone who is communicating with you, and it's their, you know, they're communicating their stuff, their what they want to say, and it's got not a mirror. Phew, I hope that made sense. I'll download it anyway if you say yes. Okay, good. I hope that was sorry, my hand gets in the way. I'm just trying to. Okay. Hi, Mags. What is the solution if a loved one, a young adult son, is demonstrating negative behavior towards you in the way an ex-spouse behaved towards you? Okay. Okay, Mags, so without getting into too much detail, I would, let's see. So I would look and see who you are being, you know, what aspects of your being attracted the negative behavior with your spouse. The only way that you can really do something about it is if you look at yourself and look and see who were you being with your spouse, your ex, and who you're being with your son. Where are they the same? Where are you? And it might be subconscious. Maybe you need to do some deep work on it. So that's where you want to look. So they are mirroring something back to you. This isn't the place to look at that specifically, I don't think. Well, no, it isn't, because we wouldn't go into the detail. But let me see if I can do a download for you that will help you get started. Okay, so what, for you, Mags, and anybody else wants to just say yes, would you like to know now what it feels like? No. Would you like to have the highest truth and understanding of the difference between your young adult son and your ex-spouse. So you have absolute clarity that they're not the same person, and that you know what it feels like and how to relate to them in a way that you know what it feels like and how to relate to them differently to who they really are, not to your expectation of them mirroring back to you. And I trust that makes sense. Yeah, there was something else in there. Yeah, that you know what it feels like to recognize that that you can look within and recognize for yourself the behavior that creates the negative behavior back to you, that mirrors it back to you. And I trust that's a beginning step for you, Mags, and then obviously there's work to be done, more intimate, more deeper with that. But I hope that helps. And thank you for asking. Okay. Understanding that tinnitus some of us have is something else, maybe. Aha. Okay, very good, very good. Tinnitus. I've never really looked at tinnitus. But my immediate thing I get, Karen, is it's hiding something. The noise is hiding it. The noise is, I'm going to say the words I hear. They sound a bit weird, but I'm going to say them. The noise is noising out something. So there's a, and if you do muscle testing, you can test it. Okay, so I'll do the download for everybody who wants it. So Karen, would you like to know what it feels like to have the highest truth and understanding of tinnitus, because I get a sense it's different, it's not the same for everybody. So you have the highest truth and understanding of what it is, what attracts tinnitus, and if it's for you personally, that you know what it feels like to release anything that's ready to be released that's attracted it in the first place. Okay. And that you know what it feels like to hear perfectly, even with the tinnitus. Hope that helps. But I agree, I think it is definitely something else, but it's something else for each person. It's not the same thing for everybody. Okay. Hi, Mickey. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Right, if there's no other questions, let me just see if I have anything else that I wanted to say. Yeah, just in terms of your body, I talked about listening to your body, listening to what it wants, what it needs. Would you like to know what it feels like to recognize and to have your body as an ally, not an enemy? That this physical body, that you know what it feels like to have the physical body be your friend, for it to be, it's your vehicle. It's your vehicle in this lifetime. It does what you ask it to do. So you want to, okay, very good. So can I have a download for you that you know what it feels like to that you know what it feels like to understand fully that your body responds to everything that you say, think, do, put in it, that it is your ally, and it's important for you to understand, be really clear, for you to look after it in the best way possible. So can I download all of that for you? Okay. You're welcome, Karen. Maria would like to download Unconditional Love for My Inner Child, please. Oh, yes. So would you like me to download, so can I now download for you the highest truth and understanding first of your inner child, that you know what it feels like and how to listen to your inner child, and that you know what it feels like to love your inner child unconditionally, and that your inner child unconditionally loves you. And that you know what it feels like to recognize when your inner child is wanting to play, whether that be to draw, to paint, to run, to write, to play card games, as I do, to play music, to dance, to do what your inner child loves to do, that you know what it feels like to recognize when your inner child is prodding you. And you can show it your unconditional love back by allowing yourself to play in whichever way your inner child wants to. We don't play enough, guys. Go play. Okay. What else? Anything else? Let me have a look. No. Okay. I think I haven't got any more notes that I wanted to do specifically. So thank you very much for being here, for listening, for joining me. And if you want to know more about what I do, I think most of you on here do already, but if not, my website's purplepathway.com. You're very welcome, Maria. And I am doing some, similar to this actually, but it's small groups. I'm doing some, what are they called? Online group healings, one-to-one, with a maximum of 4 people. So if you want to have a longer, specific one-to-one session, let me know. You can contact me either on Facebook or via the my website. Sorry, that was a bit okay guys, I am going to close off now. Send you all some love, some healing, and that you all have fully integrated all of the healing we've done today. You know what it feels like to keep it, and you keep it for the rest of your life. So thank you guys. See you next time. Okay. Bye for now. Bye, Holly.